In this episode of Skippy Rock, we're going to bring the exterior of this 35-year-old Isuzu Trooper back to life with a major cleaning and several cosmetic upgrades.
This is the front, the hood, the dirt, my viewing window, the one area I polished, the back. I hope the lighting is not terrible. Leaves, the roof.
Once I got my pressure washer working, we started the cleaning of this Trooper with a good water blasting. The electric pressure washer is great for cleaning a car because it's just not as powerful as one of the gas ones. And you don't want to take a sponge to the car until you get some of that dirt off. Otherwise you're just grinding it into the paint.
It's gonna be good!
While my buddy worked on pressure washing the exterior, I decided to start taking parts off. I wanted to get the front bumper off and the steel undercarriage guard off.
I kind of thought it'd just fall off. I don't understand how this comes off. Oh, there's 4 bolts. 2 more.
There turned out to be way more bolts holding the bumper and the guard on than I initially expected.
There's a little close strap. That one I can get to, but it just spins the back of this. I gotta get to this one next. Will you help me for 2 seconds? Hold that wrench on that screw. Like that? Well, that's how I was doing it. I thought you could add something. Where the squirrels lived. Alright. This is interesting. Hopefully you can hear me. The only spot where the water is beating up on the paint is the area I polished the other day. The potential is starting to show. Let's see if he's got the skills. Did you open this up and get in here? My finger doesn't work. Oh, that's not too dirty. Three little birds smile at the rising sun. 3 little birds outside my window singing sweet songs. I can't believe I touched that with my bare hands. Luckily there's nothing in that nest. Oh my god, it broke the tip.
This was part of the project I just wish I had left alone. I had to use an impact screwdriver to loosen the screws, which worked for 3 out of 4 of the screws holding the spoiler onto the supports.
This is gonna be one that's not gonna come undone.
So then I decided to remove the supports holding the spoiler onto the car, and of course I could only easily reach 3 out of 4 screws. I had to hold a driver tip with a crescent wrench and slowly but surely work the last bolt free.
Is that thing strong enough to get rid of America?
Alright, so this is just one of those stickers. Or not a sticker, a magnet. Alright guys, don't put stickers on magnets on your cars. They just degrade. Ugh. I need a razor blade or something. There we go.
This is our internal engine compartment. with dirt galore. We're just gonna show you a before and after. Assume he's gonna take out the battery. The hood. Let's see it sparkle. And there's the engine bay after taking the bags off and rehooking up the battery. Just looks so much better. If you get the initial oil off, you can see where it's actively leaking. So it'll help us keep this thing in good shape. All right, we're calling that the end of day one. Just a good pressure washing. Yeah, a good pressure washing. Next cleaning session, we will soap this thing down and then we will buff it all to a high shine. Basically, the whole thing will look like this little area. Woo.
For the metal parts, I decided just to sand them down and spray them with a flat black rust reformer. It makes everything look new and it prevents them from rusting in the future.
All right, I did get the rear bumper off. I need to fix two things. One, this little dent. We're not gonna go for perfection here, but I would like it to look a little better than that. So I'm just gonna heat this up with the heat gun and see if we can dent it out a little bit. Let's heat it up from the other side. All right, I need something to put. I forgot I had the glove on. This never turns out as good as you think it should. Like in my mind, I've heated this thing up and like when I'm done, it looks perfect, but never has that ever happened in me trying to fix these things. It usually just ends up looking a little bit better. Ow. There we go. This is a case where, oops, there you go. I mean, I made a, God, it's burning my knuckle. Definitely less of a dent and a scuff now, but that'll sand out when I'm getting it ready for priming or for painting. This side's not dented, it's broken. You can see this isn't attached. I'm just gonna hold it where it's supposed to be, and I'm gonna try to plastic weld it. All right, hold on, I gotta go breathe. Let's hold my breath, because that looked toxic. All right, well, nope.
This plastic welding kit I got came with some strips of plastic that I think is supposed to be the same plastic bumper material's made out of. So what I tried to do is build up the area with a little bit of this extra plastic. And I also had a metal screw that I was trying to melt in the whole area. This way I had some reinforcement from the metal of the screw. Okie dokie. Let's let that de-vaporize and see if that is strong. I can't imagine it will be. All right, this seems to hold it. Those screws don't feel like they're gonna pop out. Good, so next song. Next, I need to get this sticker off. Which I will do with a power sander. While I had my power sander out, I went ahead and smoothed out this area I kind of deformed a little bit when I was trying to bend it back out with the plastic. The sticker did end up coming off with the sanding. It just took way longer than I expected it to. This is just a rust reformer. And any metal underneath here, I like just hitting it with this. Not only does it make it look better, here it protects it. This bumper was a combination of metal through the middle, and these pieces on the end were plastic. I went ahead and primed the whole thing with a primer that was also an adhesion promoter for painting on plastic.
And now you dry.
Before I got to the business of polishing this thing and buffing it shiny, we gave it a quick rinse so we could get rid of any debris and dust that had settled over the evening. While the car dried, I worked on these wheels. Our color choice was very controversial around our friends, about half and half. They either loved it or they hated it. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. What color would you have painted the wheels? It instantly got all over me. Once the car was out of the direct sunlight, it was time to start the arduous process of doing the polishing and buffing. We had a couple of different grinders. My buddy liked doing it by hand better. I like using power. And we just worked our way around. We started with the top to make sure it was going to turn out like we wanted. We used mostly a Meguiar's polishing and buffing compound. It seemed to work really well. The process is the relatively simple process of waxing on and waxing off.
You're getting shoe on your car. Ah! And what we have yet to do.
After we finished all that buffing and polishing, we took it out for an evening spin. We figured it'd be much faster now that the paint finish was nice and smooth. But overall, this car drives pretty good for being 35 years old and having 260,000 miles on it. And now it looks like it. No, wait, now it doesn't look like it.
All right, guys, I think we're gonna call that done on this restoration. New tire look, gonna be controversial, but I like it. Bumpers are nice and painted black. I even repainted the trailer hitch just to give it a new look. There's some areas that could be touched up. I realized this when I'm putting on, this is why you shouldn't paint at night, but I did run out of paint, so I'll get a little can to touch that up. But man, this thing looks way better. We've got some, polishing to do with some of the black and cleaning the windows, and we're gonna call it the end for this video. If you like these videos and would like to see more of them, please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. That helps other people find the video. If you like this kind of content, let me know. Still trying to figure out what the main drive or projects of my channel is gonna be. It would be fun to find more of these. That was a pretty satisfying turnover. And if my buddy ends up keeping this thing long term, we're gonna tackle the inside next. It's got a, oh shit, I forgot the spoiler.